Hey, I'm Smokey Robinson. My new single is called If We Don't Have Each Other. I'm here this morning to do Steve Harvey's Ask Anything Chat. Thanks for having me on, Steve. Okay. This is from Thea from Dalton, Georgia. What did you think of the song When Smokey Sings? When you sing, do you hear violins? Well, I was very flattered by the song When Smokey Sings. I was very happy that they decided to write a song about me. In fact, I was performing in Belgium, and I was doing a TV show. And the producer who was producing the TV show, had ABC there. They're the guys who did When Smokey Sings and wrote that song. And they were there, and he did not tell me that they were there, nor did he tell them that I was there. And when the show started, he introduced us on the air. And it was really nice to meet them. They were really nice guys. And like I said, I was very flattered by them writing a song like that about me. And when I sing, do I hear violins? I'll leave that up to ABC. Okay, this is from Tina in Grand Rapids, Michigan. How did the new single come together? The new single, If We Don't Have Each Other, came together because one of the young men who used to sing with me, he's no longer singing with me now, but he lives in Nashville at this point, and he sent me a raw track that he and some of his friends had done with the start of a little melody on it. And so I took it and redid the track and wrote a song to it, and that's how that came to be. It was inspired by what they had done. This is from Faith from Mobile, Alabama. Back in the day at Hitsville, how long was the process in writing, recording, and then getting the song to radio? What was your go-to station in Detroit? Okay, honey, there's no set time for something like that. There's no set time for writing or producing or recording a record or what have you. You just work until you feel like it's ready to be recorded. And when it's ready to be recorded, you go in the studio and you record it and you hope for the best. And you hope that you're going to give something or do something, create something that people are going to love. And what is my favorite radio station in Detroit? All those that were playing our music. This is from Betty from Cleveland, Ohio. Who inducted you into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Who do you wish you could have inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Okay, who inducted me was Hall & Oates, Daryl Hall and John Oates. They inducted me into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that night, and I was very proud to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And it's one of the proudest nights of my life, and I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who do you wish you could have inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I really don't know who's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame already that I would have inducted, but there are many, many people that I would have inducted, and I'm not sure. I'm not going to say any names here because I'm not sure if they're in or not. There are a lot of people in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame now. I was inducted in the second induction, so there's been many of them since that time, and I don't know who all is in there. So I would probably name somebody who is already in there. Elizabeth from Baltimore, Maryland. How did the Smokey Robinson TV show happen in 1970? Did they just call you and tell you they wanted you to do a TV show for them? The Smokey Robinson TV show happened because the regular show that was in that time slot for NBC was on hiatus. And so back in those days, when the show was on hiatus, they had to get a filler show or a replacement show. And I was only on for 2 weeks, but it was really fun, and we had a great time. But that's how it happened, because they wanted someone to fill in for the show that was on hiatus. Darlene from Buffalo, New York. This is a two-part question. What was Motown like for you as an artist and songwriter? Okay, Motown was a wonderful place for any artist and any songwriter. And for me, it was especially special because I was with Barry when he started Motown. In fact, I was with him before he started Motown. So it was very, very special for me to be an artist at Motown and to be with Motown which was, my best friend's record company. Okay, what was Motown like for you as an executive? It was interesting because when I was made officially a vice president in 1963, it wasn't anything different for me because I was with Barry since, like I said before, he started Motown, and on the very first day. So on the very first day, there were 5 people there. There was Barry, his then wife, a lady named Ray Noma, a lady named Janie Bradford, Brian Holland, who became really famous with the Holland Doja Holland writing team, and me. And Barry sat us down. He said, I'm starting my own record company. We're not just going to make black music. We're going to make music for everybody. And we're going to make music with some great beats and some great stories. And that's what we set out to do. And so when I was made officially a vice president, I've been doing everything anyway because we did everything. We packaged up the records in those days. We took them to the radio stations. We did all the stuff that after we became a conglomerate and we had people that did all those jobs, we did all those jobs. So becoming a vice president officially didn't change much for me. Natalie from Jersey City, New Jersey. What was the biggest surprise for you when you first got into the industry? Something that you weren't expecting. Well, I think the biggest surprise for me was the fact that I was even in the industry, because I grew up in the hood in Detroit, and where I grew up, I didn't think it would be possible for me to ever be in show business officially. There were a lot of talented people in my neighborhood, but I didn't think any of us were really going to be singers and musicians to earn a living doing it and have some kind of a name in show business. So I wasn't really expecting anything. And the stuff that happened to me is a godsend. Gia from Louisville, Kentucky. I passed Hitsville, USA once when I was in Detroit. Can you describe the day when you first went to Hitsville? Yeah, I can describe the day because I can describe the day before Hitsville was even Hitsville, because I can describe the day when Barry first bought that house. Bought the house because the garage was attached to it. And the garage was attached to the kitchen, which meant that we could tear out the kitchen and make that the control room for the studio. And the garage was going to become the studio itself, because we could see right into it after we had the big window put in there. We could see right into the studio and do it. So I was at Hitsville before it was Hitsville. Jane from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Can you tell us the story of how you ended up owning a house in Pittsburgh? Yes, I can tell you that story. My wife, Frances, is actually from Pittsburgh. She's a Pittsburgher. So, she was born there. And after we got married, her family is still there. And so we bought a house in Pittsburgh so that from time to time we could go back and hang out with her family and just have family stuff going on. But that's why I ended up buying a home in Pittsburgh. Sophie from Reno, Nevada. Where do you keep your Grammy Awards? Well, there's a couple display cases in our house. Well, we have one we actually have homes in Pittsburgh and Las Vegas also, as well as Los Angeles. And Frances, my wife, has put display cases in those houses that she puts my awards and stuff like that in. So that's where they are. And if you ever get a chance to come visit, I will show them to you. Okay, and thanks again for watching my Steve Harvey morning show, Ask Anything. My new song is called If We Don't Have Each Other. It's out right now, and I hope you get it and listen to it. My new album is coming in April. It's called Gasms, and you'll see what gasms are when you get the album. And Steve, I have a Family Feud question for you. This is a fill in the blank. How does it feel to be the sharpest, best dressed, blankety blank, and use a hood answer who was ever on TV? You're the sharpest, my brother. I used to watch Family Feud just to watch the show. I've been watching it since Richard Dawson, man. But you're the man. You have revitalized Family Feud and made it what it is. And I watch it all the time. And now I watch it to see what you're going to have on. You know, I like the game still, but I want to see what you're wearing. You go, my brother.